Good morning and welcome to Christmas Day. And let me tell you, there's nothing like getting an awesome Christmas present from Tesla on Christmas Day. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new 2020 48.26, the holiday update. It's finally here. Let's take a look. Well, here we are, folks. We are in the brand new software update. And if you've seen, a lot of people on the internet have been testing the FSD beta. I don't have that yet in Canada. You can see the new status control panel here on the left-hand side. So you'll notice here that the drive mode is up here in the left-hand corner. So you have your park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Your light icons are over here. Battery's up over here. Of course, if you tap that, it brings up your status panel for the battery. And then a bunch of other things here are animated. So if I happen to open my driver's side window, you've probably seen this before now, animates up and down. And I can do the same thing on the passenger side. You probably can't see it here, but you can actually see the window going down there too. So all the windows are now animated. I can open the front trunk, that is animated. I'm not going to do that right now, but I can open my rear trunk. I have a power lift gate, so of course it fools the system into thinking that it's open and closed. So just ignore that, but I'll just close that again. Okay, there we are. Even the charge port is animated. So when you tap on that, little charge port opens. And along the bottom, of course, you have your cards. Now, the cards will come up here if you tap on various different things. So if I was to bring that up, there's the PSI. I'm not driving right now. And your windshield wiper controls now are here. So same settings, of course. They're just hidden along the bottom. Of course, you got your reverse camera. That hasn't changed. Still get the same side cameras as usual. Now, the Tesla T along the top is now gone. It's been relocated. And what you have to do is tap on settings, go down to software, and this is where you see all your car's information. Now, I know a lot of you have been asking, where do you find if your car has the FSD computer or the hardware 3? This is where you have to tap additional vehicle information. You'll see that in my case here, it says full self-driving computer. So that's how you know whether you have hardware 3 or not. Anyway, let's move down a little bit, and you can see here that it is still version 10.2. This is not the version 11 we thought it was going to be, but anyways, it is the holiday update. It's 2020.48.26. Now, if we tap on release notes, first thing you'll notice here is release note improvements. Now, the release notes now include improved browsing and access to view current and previous release notes, tap control software, and then release notes. And now we have what appears to be 3 new games, the Battle of Polytopia. Apparently, Elon really likes that. I'm not much into the games, but that's a new game. We have something here called Cat Quest and Solitaire. That one I'm going to use once in a while. Now, there are a bunch of new features. I'm going to go down the list here and actually show you some of the fun ones here. This one is really cool. Boombox. You turn your car into a boombox and entertain the crowd with your media player when parked. You can also customize the sound your car makes when you press the horn, drive the car, or when your car is moving in summon. Select an option in the drop-down menu, insert USB device, and save up to 5 custom sounds. This is really cool. We'll get into that a little bit later. Driving visualization improvements. Now, driving visualization has been refreshed to now offer a larger visualization to allow drivers to view more details on the road surroundings. I'm going to go on a drive here shortly, and I'll show you some of the new improvements. It's a little bit bigger. I don't think it's as big as the full FSD beta people are getting. Again, I don't have FSD beta yet. In here, there are some scheduled departure improvements. Can now precondition your battery and cabin when your car is unplugged. To account for different utility rates, you can now set a time when you're off-peak rates to save on charging costs. Emissions testing mode improvements. This is the fart mode everybody likes. You can now play a selected sound by pressing the left scroll wheel of the button or using the turn signal command. I'll show you that here in a second. And then we have supercharging display improvements. The pins on your touchscreen will now display the number of available stalls at charging sites. Quickly search for nearby amenities by tapping an amenity icon. Let's go into some of the details here and show you what's changed and what hasn't changed. Nothing's changed in the media. I've already gone through that. Obviously, we looked at the rear view camera. Nothing has changed there. But in here, some of the stuff has changed, notably under entertainment and toy box. So tapping entertainment, you can now see the games that are listed in here. All the previous games are still in there. And now you have these 3 new ones. Theater mode hasn't changed. It's still the same that way. But the big improvements are down here under Toy Box. Haha. But the big improvements really come into Toy Box. Let's take a look here. Here under the new one is called Boombox. Entertain a crowd with your media player when you're parked. You can adjust the sounds your car makes. Please check local laws before you use it in public places. You can add up to 5 custom sounds. Connect a USB key or device with a directory named Boombox. So now we can actually change the horn sound. This is the feature that everybody's been asking for some time now, be able to play a sound. So let's try Posh. And I can actually replace the horn with this. So let me just play the sound real quick.
Well, I never.
There we go. We'll try some other ones like Goat. Let's see here. La Cucaracha. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, it's playing outside the car. But I can also replace the horn sound now. So if I press the horn on my car, it's actually playing outside the car. Let me put the window down. Maybe you guys can hear that again. Let's try that with that. There you go. So I have the speaker in my car because it's a September build of 2019. That's when the cars started having that speaker. So that's kind of fun. We now have a driving sound, so we can play a bunch of different ones. Here's your Snake Jazz. That's a reference, of course, to S&P 500 inclusion. Okay, that's a little bit loud. Maybe I'll turn that down so that doesn't blow your ears out. Polynesian elevator music. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Let's try rock and roll. Oh, that's kind of fun. And then, of course, you can turn on summon, and you can play a different sound when you're in summon mode. So, of course, we can play, where was it here? I saw coconuts here for a second ago. Let's try Caribbean. All right. And then here under emissions mode, not only do you have the internal fart sound, but now you can play it on the outside of the car. Of course, your car has to be equipped with the external speaker, but now I can actually pick one of the fart sounds, and I have some people outside, so let's see if they react. All right, so there you go. So you can play fart sounds on the outside of the car. Tracks was recently updated in the latest update, so I'm not really going to show you that. Romance mode is still there. Sketchpad, Mars, Santa, and Rainbow Road. So let's take a look at the improvements in the Supercharging. So we have a list here, and you'll notice that it no longer shows you the red bars as far as what's available anymore. It just shows you a number. So if I tap on this one, for example, it shows you there's 15 slots. Not much else has changed in here, but that's basically what things look like. Now if I zoom out a little bit further, let's see if anything else changes. So it just basically shows you available slots now. Nothing else that I can see of in here. We still have our filters, of course, so we can show, different levels of superchargers that are available. But other than that, I don't really see much else that's in here. There's no evidence of waypoints. So if I tap on that, for example, it doesn't show me any ability to pick, say, a secondary location, and tap on that. It just replaces the current one. So we don't have waypoints yet. It is probably coming in a subsequent update. In the HVAC, nothing's changed. Pretty much the same layout. You can still move your vents around. Dog mode, camp mode, all the other stuff. Your seat heaters are still here. Your scheduler is in here. So if you want to set a departure time or your preconditioning, it's all there. But nothing else has changed there. So that's a quick overview of what's changed in the UI. Let's go for a drive, and we'll take a look at the new visualizations and see what's changed. It is a snowy day outside, and the roads are covered in snow. So do not be surprised if I don't get full autopilot on this, unless it sees the lines. Once I get out on the rain roads that are clean, I should be able to see some more stuff. Just curious to see if it's improved. All right, so we still have a stoplight here. And you'll notice if you've seen the videos online of people using the full self-driving beta test, that's of course people that are testing this in the US, this status display, it actually goes up to about here. It's much, much larger. Obviously in this one here, it's bigger, but I don't get the full visualizations at this point because that is part of FSD beta. Remains to be seen whether they actually turn that on permanently. If you've seen those videos, there's quite a bit more detail on the screen, but in this case, pretty much looks the same as it did before. Yeah, nothing's really changed. It's pretty much the same as before, just a little bit larger screen. And no, you cannot change the size of it. You can't do, I mean, you can still move things around, but there's no button to press or anything to move things around. Of course, you'll notice that your speedometer's changed. It's in this location now, your autopilot. So I can enable auto steer here. It's not liking that too much. I don't have auto steer. The roads are a little bit nasty here today. There we go. Yeah, pretty much the same. So not much to report on that front. Well, there you go, guys. That's the first look at the 2020.48.26 coming out to the fleet basically right now as we speak. So Merry Christmas. Thanks, Tesla. Thanks, Elon. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you later.